Yo, what is going on, mates? People 29 back here in another video. In today's video, we're going to be talking and discussing about the success of the Club World Cup. I mean, it was a competition that was filled with controversies and so many topics and debates regarding this matter. And in today's video, we're going to be attempting to kind of just give an opinion and dive deep into whether it's a success and whether it's something that should be a regular thing from now on. If you guys are new to the channel, please make sure to smash that subscribe button. It does help the channel quite a bit. Like the video as well. It really does help me a lot. So yeah, take a second right here, like the video right now. Go ahead. I see you. Go ahead. And if you guys have not joined me in all my social medias, make sure to do so. My X, Instagram, Discord, TikTok, all those links will be down in the description for you guys to check out. And without further ado, let's get started. Let's talk about the first kind of topic that I want to discuss for this Club World Cup is the financial part. So was it a success financially? In some ways, yes it was, and in some way, no it wasn't. Yes, it was for clubs. Why? Because clubs got a shit ton of money, pardon my language, a lot of money for just participating, winning, and all that stuff. So even Auckland City, the team from New Zealand, got a fair few amounts of money for their draw. So for clubs, it was really good because they got a lot of money, and more money is always something for clubs. As we know, in today's world and in football, money is pretty much everything, if we're being completely honest. And for clubs to get that much is slightly concerning in some ways, because football is kind of headed into that direction, or it already has, if we're being honest, but heading more towards that direction. But financially, in terms of like the competition itself, tickets wise, I think it was probably the poorest part of the whole competition. I mean, it was terrible. It was sad to see. I mean, I remember before the competition started, there was this whole thing on social media where like, why are tickets so much, why are they so expensive? And then, well, the stadiums were barely even full, which was a huge problem. I remember the biggest example of this can be the Mamelodi Sundowns versus Ulsan HD. I mean, yes, it's a game in the US where it's two sets of fans from complete opposites of the world, but then if you're making tickets so goddamn expensive, or even for the big teams, it doesn't really even matter what team it is, you're never going to do well. I mean, those tickets were selling at a very high rate, and then for you to then drop those prices on the day of the game to like $20, $30 is a very low move by FIFA or whoever's organizing the tickets. It's a low move. I think in terms of the tickets sales and all that, it was a disaster. I think they could have done a lot better. The prices shouldn't have been that high to begin with. This is something that they must address, not in just only the Club World Cup, in any competition that they're going to be organizing. That goes for everything. In that sort of level, I don't think they did that well. But again, it comes to another problem that talks about success or not, whether it was one or not, is also the fact that time zones were a big issue. I mean, of course, this was being held in the US, in different states. It's very difficult for FIFA to kind of cater to all audiences because it's a world event, right? You're going to have teams from every corner of the world. It's very difficult. It's one thing to, screw over maybe a single team, but I think a lot of teams have been screwed over, and fans as well, to be honest with you. There's certain games that shouldn't have been held at that time. Like, you've got a team from the MLS in America who are playing at like noon. That doesn't make any sense, and that's like on a weekday where people are working and can't actually go to the game. The logic doesn't follow, so the financial sort of gain from that will be hurt. Like that, it doesn't make any sort of sense. Why are you putting certain teams at certain times? It just doesn't make any sort of sense. So I think in terms of scheduling, in terms of the finances stuff, they really need to make an effort for the next Club World Cup, because it was a mess. And now I know there's this whole argument of, well, this is the first Club World Cup, not everything is going to be perfect. Now I do agree with that. I think that's very true, but there are some things like, I mean, we're talking about FIFA. Like, these are not people or an organization that have been doing this for the first time. This is an organization who has been doing this for years. Like, they should know better, in my opinion. Time zones were also a big deal. Some clubs were playing in some obscure times that it just didn't really make any sense. But again, I do understand the part that it is very hard to cater to every single audience, and I hope that's not going to be something that's going to be replicated in next year's FIFA World Cup, where you're going to have some teams that are just going to have the worst time zones ever. I mean, it's one thing for the host nation to have a bad time zone. For instance, let's say Morocco or Croatia are playing at 5 a.m. That time zone might work for Moroccans, it might work for Croatians, but it's not going to work for Americans. But that's not a big deal, if that kind of makes sense. But it would work for, I'm taking American as an example. Actually, in Qatar, that was a real game. It was at 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So for my time, it was at 5 a.m. So for someone like me in Canada or in the States, that game may not be so interesting. But for people in Morocco, for people in Croatia, that's a decent time zone for them to watch the game. So I hope the time zone stuff won't be an issue next year. If it's going to be anything like the Club World Cup, it's going to be a problem. Nevertheless, I don't think it's going to be much of a problem. I mean, it hasn't been for the most part at World Cups. But if this is going to be something that's going to be replicated from this year until next year, then there's definitely going to be a problem. Financial and scheduling issues aside, one thing that I will give credit for, and I think was an amazing success, was the entertainment. I mean, let's just be honest. If you go through the Club World Cup, it was an amazing show. I mean, you've got teams like PSG who ran through every single team and then lost in the final. They got ran through in the final against Chelsea 3-0. I mean, they destroyed Bayern. They destroyed Real Madrid. I mean, everyone thought PSG was going to win. I thought PSG was going to win until they got smashed 3-0. But it was a very unpredictable tournament. I mean, we've got Al Hilal, who played such a good tournament. I mean, they eliminated that amazing Man City team, which, like, that was just a banger of a game. Fluminense eliminating Inter Milan. You also had the Brazilian teams who showed up. So it's like you had some very good games in all corners of the world. Yes, I think there are certain teams that did disappoint, mainly in Asia, except for Al Hilal. Wasn't really a big fan of the Urawa Red Diamonds or Ulsan HD for that matter. I don't think they really were there. But I think entertainment-wise, this tournament was amazing. I mean, I can think of like 5-6 different games that were amazing to watch. Now, there was a lot of storm on social media, saying that certain teams shouldn't have been there. Now, although I will agree that I think there's too many European sides, and I don't think the ranking system makes sense. Why are you choosing teams that are from a certain ranking because they won the most trophies? It should be based off of merit, like Champions League winners, etc., which it was, but it's not enough. Rankings, in my opinion, and I know it's the opinion of a lot of other people, should be used as like a last case resort if there's a team missing or two, something like that. Anyways, people were criticizing the fact that there was, Auckland City, a team that's not even professional. Why are they playing Bayern Munich? They got smashed 10-0. A lot of people were like, oh, well, this game shouldn't have been made. This shouldn't have been a match to begin with. I disagree. I think it's a one-in-a-lifetime opportunity to see a game like that. I mean, yes, Auckland City got smashed 10-0, but you're never going to see Bayern play a team like that, or any team for that matter. I mean, those games need to happen. It's not always going to be PSG Bayern, PSG Juventus, Bayern Real Madrid. Like, it's not always going to be like that. And I think people should start appreciating those smaller games in some way, because there's not much of them. It's just the truth. That's for the games. It shouldn't have been that long. Maybe make it a little bit shorter. It'll be better for the players as well. I mean, we saw how many teams, especially the European and the Brazilian sides, have played so many games. I mean, Inter Milan, PSG have played so many games. Bayern Munich have played so many games. And that results into some weird moments, like that Musiala injury for Bayern Munich. Guy got a terrible injury for the Club World Cup. Ultimately, that wouldn't have happened otherwise. That's what I kind of mean. Was the Club World Cup a success? That's the main question. I think in some aspects it was, but mostly, in my opinion, I don't think it was. I think the execution wasn't well. I think people focus too much on the entertainment value, which at the end of the day, it is entertainment. That's what football is. But if you look beyond that, the humanity side or the financial side or just common sense, it's a little bit difficult. that's my opinion. You guys are all free to have different opinions. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section down below or on social media. I would love to read you guys' opinions and react to it as well. Like I said, if you guys are new to the channel, please make sure to smash that like button. Subscribe if you guys are new. Like the video, join all my social medias, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.